day, my name is Dela Yemibo, and thank you very much for stopping by. In today's video, my focus will be on exporting iron ore. Exporting iron ore. Iron ore is a mineral in large demand and, of course, in many countries in the world. Many countries in the world. Many countries in the world. That's very important. It's in many countries in the world. Now, being in many countries in the world means the price will be very low. That's why it's usually shipped in bulk, because the price is very low and it's in large demand. Iron ore is the bedrock of the steel industry. It holds an immense economic and historical significance. It can be of different types. There is hematite, there is magnetite, there is limonite, there is siderite. And this is determined by the quantity or the level of iron ore. In hematite, the content is about 60 to 70% of iron ore. In magnetite, the content of iron ore is about 72% and above. In limonite, is an hydrated iron oxide with lower iron content between 30 and 55%. And for siderite, it's an iron carbonate ore with a moderate iron content of about 40 to 48%. So the iron content and the form in which it exists determine the nature and the name: hematite, magnetite, limonite, and siderite. It's found in different parts of Nigeria, but primarily found in Kogi, found in Enugu, found in Niger, and found in the Federal Capital Territory. So if you are looking at exporting it, you can also find it in Osun State, in Ogun State, and also in Kwara State. The buyer is interested in the iron content, very important. He's also interested in the impurities like silica, alumina, phosphorus, other impurities inside, that's other minerals inside. He's also interested in the moisture content, and is interested in the size and the shape. All these are going to be detailed and documented in your contract. So you need to look at the contract very well to be sure what is inside is exactly what you can get, which is why you should test it first, crush it to sunlight, test it first, and ensure that you share with the buyer before you go ahead and even sign the contract and ship. It is used in steel production, of course, and it's in large demand in the construction industry. Automotive industry is not left out. It's also used in, that's making cars. It's also used in shipbuilding and the industrial machineries. How about household appliances? That's why the demand for iron ore, you need to see the demand is in hundreds of billions of dollars. Household appliances and in infrastructural development. It's also needed in the energy sector because of turbine and construction of oil rig. It's needed in the agri sector for farm implement. It's needed in packaging for can and containers, like steel used in packaging for food. Then in chemical industry as a catalyst, art and decor. It can be used in making sculpture and monument. And it can also be recycled and used for many other things for environmental consideration. The demand for iron ore is over 220 billion. But like I said, even though the demand is over 220 billion, who are those buying? The countries buying are the country in developed countries. Do you know that about 80% of iron ore demand in the world is from Asia, the Asian countries? About 10-12% Europeans. Africa, South America, North America share the remaining less than 10%. The reason is this: the countries that are not buying but industrialized, like the Europeans, they have it. Any country, most countries have it. That's why the price is very small. At some point, it was about $100. Probably now, I'm not checking recent time, maybe about $200. Whereas the like of lead can be about $1,000 per metric tons. Now, for iron ore, for many minerals, the major market are usually China. So do you know that about 66% of the demand for iron ore in the world is from China? 66%. Japan, about 7%. South Korea, about 5%. Demand for iron ore in the world. So I don't need to talk about other countries. I'm just interested in the country out of the 220 billion, about 193 billion is from Asia alone. And within the Asian community, 75% demand is from China alone. In the world, 66%. But the demand in Asia, 75% in China. So you are better off looking at China, looking at Japan, looking at South Korea, Malaysia. Probably you can look at Turkey, Vietnam to sell this product. Packaging. Now, it's a bulk product. It's usually shipped in bulk. That means it's poured into the hold of the ship directly, most of the time. But that can only be done on a ship going to a port. They have facility to also suck it out of the ship. It's so important that when you're packaging, you avoid contamination by external elements. It's also important you are mindful of moisture. But like I said, it's mainly packaged in a way that it's in bulk, and because it's in bulk, it is shipped, poured into the hold of container. Some people export in sack, 50 kg sack, the usual 50 kg sack, and put about 20-25 tons in the container. But because of the demand, you might have to be doing like 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 containers for a typical buyer that need it, because like I said, they need it in very large quantity. But it's important also is crushed into sunlight when you want to export this item. The documentation for this product is very interesting. Like many other minerals, if you're exporting from Nigeria, you need a mineral trading license. Apart from processing your NXP, the buyer will need invoice, packing list, bill of lading. Some countries like China will need a certificate of origin. Then you need certificate of analysis, and you need to comply with the destination country regulation. The iron content must be up to what the buyer wants, and documents showing this should be presented. But before I stop on iron ore, let me talk about the pitfalls you need to avoid. Number one on the list of the pitfall you need to avoid for iron ore is impurity and contaminant. Impurities and contaminant. Iron ore may contain impurities, so implement advanced ore beneficiation techniques to minimize impurities. High moisture will affect your price because they are going to discount the weight of the moisture from the product. But also remember that this is iron. The moisture can lead to corrosion and degradation. So you want to avoid the moisture completely. Particle size. Now, some people will tell you crush it to sunlight. My recommendation, if you are signing any contract for mineral export, I ensure you crush to sunlight. It helps you to ensure that the quality of what you are shipping when it is being tested is similar at the port of destination compared to port of loading compared to destination. Iron ore are susceptible to oxidation, leading to formation of rust and tarnishing. So apply anti-oxidation coating or treatment to the iron ore during processing. Store and transport the iron ore in sealed container under a protective covering to ensure it does not become corrosive or begin to degrade, or degradation happen before it arrives at the destination. Thank you very much for stopping by. If you want to learn more about iron ore, remember this is an export hack for iron ore available on globaltradecollege.com. See you in the next video. My name is Export Doctor. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for stopping by. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel and, of course, share with your friends who might be interested.